Okay, I'm going to start off here with by getting to know my segment. How many homeowners? All right. The other hand, keep the hand up. The other hand, if you are a homeowner who has either been nagged or has nagged someone about getting something done. Right on, about everybody. This is for you. So about a year ago, my wife and I bought our first home, and there was a ton of stuff we wanted done right away. Fast forward to a month later, we're having coffee, and we figured out that nothing has been done. At which point my wife says, "Why are you great at getting stuff done at work, and you suck at getting stuff done at home?" At which point I said, "Huh? That's a good question." So I took a day or two to figure it out, and I came back to her and I said, "Look, at work, I have this thing called Agile, where things have been estimated, and my bosses know about how fast I can get things done based on that estimation. And therefore, there's never really any disappointment because they know exactly what to expect." Whereas from my wife, I had approximately 6 different paper lists, 7, probably more I didn't even know about, at that 1-month period, with vast amounts of redundancy across all lists. So I had no idea what was more important. I had no idea what to do. No one has any idea what to do. So I came back to her and I said this, and I explained this. She said, "Great, use Agile. I just want that ugly red color out of my dining room." So at that point, I started bootstrapping Honeydew Home Improvement. We're in a very lean MVP state that should be in the App Store very soon, and this is pretty much what's going to be in the App Store, and we have some really cool features coming pretty soon after that. It's based on lists, and you guys that do Agile are going to see a lot what you know. The first list is someday we'd like to. This is your icebox. This is anything you might want to do someday. And you can see stuff that I bet is in your house. Replace the kitchen counter. There's a light bulb I haven't changed for about 2 months. Kitchen sink, hang pictures in the nursery, fence in the backyard, build a deck in the backyard. We see multiple kind of information here about each project, and I'm going to walk you through creating a new project so we know what each of those things does. So we've been meaning to do for a while is upgrade Wi-Fi router. We have a decent-sized house, and the old router we have just doesn't reach everywhere. And in Agile, you estimate along one axis, and that's because if you use Agile in enterprise, time is money. If you're a PM, you know how much a sprint costs, and based upon how many sprints it's going to take to get something done, you know how much you know that. But what we found early on in UX testing, interesting UX research and basically pure UX research to dev time is 3-to-1 on this product so far. So we found early on that we had to estimate separately time to money. And we also found that relationships between time and money are not equal. So the first time a user uses this product, there's an on-ramp process where we help them establish what their relationship is. Do they have more time or more money? And also, how much more time or money? Interesting, from our data set, the average homeowner from our data set has 2.5 times more time than money for home improvements. And most home improvements, when you look at the numbers, the overwhelming number of home improvements that are done in this country every year are do-it-yourself. It's pretty rare you actually hire someone. And we think of home improvements as weeding the garden, changing a light bulb, replacing a Wi-Fi router. So we're going to run through, and we have a semantic scale of 1 to 5, hardly worth mentioning. A little bit of time, fair amount of time. This could take a while or potentially forever. A Wi-Fi router, hardly worth mentioning. I just got to go onto Amazon, buy it, and when it comes, plug it in. Cost, it's not free. It's not pretty cheap. Easily affordable, decent chunk of change, serious investment. Breaking the bank. God, I hope I'm not breaking the bank on a Wi-Fi router. So Wi-Fi router, easily affordable. I don't need top end, but I'm going to get something all right. When I add a project, it goes to the bottom of my list. And basically, my wife can go in and prioritize lists. Whatever is at the top is the most important. We can see that it's got a 7 because we multiply by that factor of 3 for my relationship of time to money, and we add the 1. So this kind of languished, and this is a real-world example, this kind of languished, and then the other day, Oh, by the way, score, project, and then the icon is whether it's more time, more money, or equal. This language the other day until my wife was Skyping with her parents, and the Wi-Fi went out the place in the house she was in, and suddenly it became the top thing, and now she wants it done now. So then we go to our Let's Get It Done list, and we see we've divided into sprints. So I have all these projects I'm working on. Most of them are pretty small and menial. And since we're dividing into sprints based on my velocity, or what we call pace, my wife can go, okay, here's everything I've given you to do, and based on it, you're going to be done August 26th. And then we also do a little more stuff with backfilling. What we've also found is that there are little projects, little, easily attainable projects, fixing railings, changing light bulbs, stupid, simple stuff that if you got it done would make huge changes across your house. That just never gets done because there's always the current fire. So one thing we've learned, and it's slightly in here, the finished build was going to have a little better indication of what's going to happen, but what happens when trimming the hedges, for whatever reason, becomes the most important thing. So we bring it to the most important thing, and we drop everything down. The algorithm we're using and continually refining will always do its best job to fill up a sprint. So there's some future functionality for the stuff that you know you don't want to do until 6 months in the future. You'll be able to schedule tasks. But for the time being, we do the nagging for your wife in that little simple stuff that could fill up your sprint is done for you. So you can see what happens. Like my wife might have visitors coming August 6th, and she wants that rug fixed. Oops, where'd it go? Oh, it jumped to the top. So it's not that important, so it shuffles. And then there's obviously completed. So like I said, bootstrap project, very much a lean MVP, but pretty polished from the user experience. We are wrapping up and doing QA and should be in the App Store soon. If you're interested, check us out from our website and get your email in there. We'd love to hear from you, and I love hearing from users anytime, any day. So if you do download the app, feel free to send me an email. I'd love to hear about your experiences. Thanks.